Hello everyone. Hello Hazal. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Laura. Nice to meet you too. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine too. It's
Hope
good
you
to see
had a
you.
great day today. Finally, it's sunny here, nice weather, especially for our interview. I would like, first of all, to thank you that you accepted my invitation and agreed to answer some questions. It's really nice to listen to your story, and I'm sure our listeners are also very curious to hear it. And let's start. And first of all, I would like to ask you to introduce yourself a little bit, where you're from, what do you do, anything you like to share.
Okay, thank you for inviting me. I know you have been very patient with me because we postponed a lot of time this meeting.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
can understand. You are a hero, you know, you have two little kids and you are working. I think it's so difficult. I can't imagine how you actually do it. Maybe you can share some secrets with me.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I am Hazal. I'm from Turkey, and my husband is from Cameroon. And we live in Indonesia. It's been almost 2 years. We live in Jakarta. I'm a computer engineer and graduated and worked in a few big companies, international companies. Then I met with my other half and we opened our own company.
Oh, that's great.
For been like 5 years, we are running our own software company. It's a small one, but it's good for us.
Mm-hmm.
And since I have kids, I'm just in the background of the management, but still slowly running. And for now, I can just say that I'm actually a full-time mother, trying to be actually. I have two
How can
little
you
kids.
combine two little kids and work?
I have one son, Leon, 4 years old, and I have a little girl, Luna, 10 months.
Yes, they are so little. Okay, so your son is a little bit big, but still, they need mama all the time. And let me ask you my favorite question, which I ask all the girls. How did you meet your husband? It's like, I never thought that girls from Turkey marry outside of their community, because you know how it is in the East. It's very strict, I think. The parents really involved in everything, and they prefer, like, it's not only, I'm not talking about Turkey, I'm just talking about the East in general. You know what I mean. So,
Yes, I
how
do.
did it happen?
How did it happen? Actually, he was already in Turkey, working in one of the software companies. So I just came after my graduation. I just started the same company with him. I don't know. He says it was a love at first sight for him. But I need to look at him a few times, to fall in love. It was not a love at first sight.
So poor guy. To wait for you.
So we started together, working together in the project. So he was so pushy in the beginning, but I said no, 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 because I had a prejudgment with the international relationship. So, but he pursued so much. Then finally I said, okay, let's give it a try. Then we are in this point right now.
Yes, and then everything started, and he won your heart. Yeah. But what did you like the most about your husband? How fast did you understand that he is the one with whom you want to spend your life with?
That's an interesting question. From the beginning, the first thing he asked me, he told me that you are the woman I'm going to marry. Then I said, like, what kind of confidence is that? You don't even know me. You don't even have any clue about me, but you're saying that you're gonna marry me. So the confidence, the
That's the right
confidence,
approach. He knew from the beginning.
and like he did so much background work, investigation about me, like my what I like, what is my horoscope, what kind of
Wow,
things I
even
like.
horoscope.
Because he was so much into horoscope. Not now, but at that time he was really believing and everything. Then he's a Virgo, I am a Taurus. So the perfect relationship he's
Yes,
describing.
yes,
So it was like so confident and he was so pursuing, like the kind of love that we see in the movies. The girl, all especially in the Indian movies, maybe you can relate
yes,
with me. Like
yes,
the girl says
yes.
no all the time, but the boy never stops chasing.
That's true. No, it remind me, your story actually remind me Indian movie because they care about horoscopes before marrying each other. They always check the horoscope if everything is fine, if they're perfect match or not, and everything like that. And the guy just follow the girl, yeah, and tell her just from the beginning, yes, I love you. You're the only one I'm going to marry. Yes, it's really like a Bollywood story indeed.
So that was the thing I think I. But in the when I come to realistic part, he's a very rational person. When he puts himself into it, something, he makes sure that it is the best that he can do. So that part in after we started our relationship made me feel like okay, we can really go through this.
Yes. And when did you tell your family about it? What was their reaction? Yeah, that's really I really want to hear it because I know a lot of okay, I'm talking about Indian girls. I know a lot of Indian girls who are married with foreigners, and for them it was really tough to tell their parents, okay, that they're in love with someone of different culture, religion, background, and many families were not happy at all. But what was the reaction of your family?
Yeah, the main thing that the main struggle in our relationship that when I met Arthur, Arthur was going through a divorce. So for long we were just on idle. So because of the for him to sort out his mess or let's say his problems.
Yes,
That time my mother knew about our situation and she was so worried. She did not want it at all. Then she said that she doesn't support it at all. So, but when everything is finished, then I also opened the issue to my father. Then their only worry is that he already had a unsuccessful marriage and like how he's going to handle all this stuff.
yes,
So when before they met him face to face, they were a little bit skeptical. It was not because of he was in a different religion or different nationality. It was
yes.
only about his family orientation. So
So it was okay
uh,
for your family, sorry, it was okay for your family that he wasn't Turkish, he was of different religion, different
it
background,
was
different country.
really okay because my parents have always been a very open-minded
Yes.
people.
No, I would say
So
that Turkey is a very open country. I mean, if I compare with other, let's say, Muslim countries, I think Turkey is the most open country and people are very open there.
So the only worry is that how he's going to balance his old life because he has a daughter from the previous marriage and me. But after they met to each other face to face, they saw how he's confident and how he's so um, balanced with the life, old life and me. So they really loved him. And now, if you ask my opinion, they respect him more than me.
Really?
They love yes, like the issue about Turkish parents when you when two people get married, also the family it is not like in Europe that they have more separated lives. But
Yes, that's
the
true.
parents-in-law they really like to spend time together. They really like to come together even when the kids are not there. So only comment my dad made before meeting the parents. He said that I wish we had a Turkish parents in how we say in-laws,
Yes,
because
yes,
we can do so many things together. But the best part is that Cameroonian culture and our culture, interestingly, look alike. So
Yes.
here my in-laws are coming. We are spending like at least 2 months together with my parents. They're best friends. So all the worries they had before, so all gone.
So they already met each other, like your in-laws and your parents.
Yeah.
That's really nice. But you have never been to Cameroon yet, or have you ever been there? Yes, you went there. Yeah,
Yes.
how did you like it there? Because it's also totally different world. I mean, not only Cameroon, but Africa in general. It's really different there. It's actually my
Very,
dream to go there to see some countries because it's so interesting.
very different. The first time when I went to Cameroon, we were just engaged. After just he proposed, and we just went to for a business trip. We combined a business trip and also like I wanted to meet with his relatives. I already
Yes.
met with his parents before, but to meet all his family. So I can say that when I first time went there, I see that the Cameroon is actually like 30 years before than Turkey. Like I don't know how to explain this in English, but think
No,
about
I
that
understand what
when I
you mean.
go to Netherlands and think about like 50 years.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like because the technology, the environment, the nature, it's really good. And the first thing I realized that even though the people are not having a lot of material things, they're happy.
Yes.
They are very happy. They like so many people on the road trying to sell things, and you can say that their financial situation is not good, and maybe they are thinking that they don't know what they are going to eat for the dinner. But when you see them, the first thing that they are smiling at you and they are trying to contact
Yes.
you, it was really, really nice. And the culture is mostly like looking alike with the Turkish culture. So I like it there. But only trouble is the food for me.
So if you have to live in Cameroon, would you like to stay there? Would it be easier for you or not?
Let me tell you that it would be easier if you're in the um, how do you say Yaoundé, the
Hmm.
capital of Cameroon, or
Yes,
another
yes.
big city. But if we are going to like the smaller cities, which my husband's family lived before, actually now they are moved to
Hmm.
capital, it will be difficult because it is not easy to uh, get the general stuff we are having every day around here. Over
Yes.
there is limited. Even for the traveling, the roads will be really, really disturbing. So I
Yeah.
would say if it is the capital, yes, I'm okay with it. But the rural areas, it will be difficult.
Yes, I can imagine. And how are your relation with your in-laws? Did they accept you immediately? What was their reaction? I think African people in general, they're very warm. I never heard that they didn't accept the wives of their sons. It went all smooth with all the girls, I think.
Yeah, they were very warm from the beginning, but the only problem, the only concern they had, since their son already married to a Turkish woman and it didn't end well, they were just worried that another Turkish woman would it be the same because they had so many crushes, like the in the traditions,
Yeah.
in the daily life. So they were a little bit worried about that. But when they met me, they said all their questions went away because we spent like 2 weeks together when they came and visited him. They were okay after that. Yeah, especially when they meet my family, because when they visited, we took them and we went to my parents' house and they met to each other.
Mhm.
So they said, okay, we are fine with it. We don't have any other.
That's nice. So your husband lived for how long before you met him? So he stayed for a long time in Turkey?
It's 3 years. I think 3 years.
Yes.
Not 2 years. Yeah.
And how was it for him there? Did he feel comfortable in Turkey? Because I find Turkish people also very friendly, very welcoming. I
He was,
think
he
it's
was,
very similar.
yeah, he was very comfortable. He was really liking. So when you think about from the traditions and the relations, he was very fine. He was very comfortable. He really likes Turkey. Even though we live in Jakarta right now, we know that at the end we will go back to Turkey and we live there because he loves it.
Mhm. But where did you stay? Which city did you live there? Which city did you
In
stay in Turkey? Izmir.
Izmir,
Oh,
yeah.
it's my favorite city. I went there once. It's really amazing there. I heard that it's the most actually open-minded people live there. So
I
it's
really
really nice.
love it. Yes,
Yeah,
I
I wish
really
to
love
go back there one time because we just went for excursion, so it was just a short trip for a few hours, and we were not lucky with the weather. It was raining, but I really love it. It was amazing
it.
experience.
Next time when you come, you should come and visit me.
Yes, sure. But you should be in Turkey as well at the same time. Now you're
I
so far, yeah. Although Indonesia is also very beautiful, so maybe one day we will go there. And
wherever
how was
wherever
your marriage? Sorry?
wherever we meet, either in Indonesia, either in Izmir.
Yes, sure. We will surely meet. It would be really nice. And which traditions did you get married? By Turkish traditions or by African traditions, or and where did it happen? In Turkey, or did you have both ceremonies in Cameroon and in Turkey?
Yeah. First in the East culture, maybe you're familiar with it. When a man wants to marry to a woman, first the man's family needs to go and talk to girl's family and get their permission.
Yes.
So it is called the knock door ceremony in Cameroon. So when they first came and visit my family, we were just sitting like this, and the same tradition we also have it. But it is supposed to be a very special one, like you dress up, everybody brings presents and cameras and everything. So we were just sitting in our home with the pajamas and everything. Then suddenly my father-in-law started talking, like, okay, my son loves your daughter, and from this day, we are asking your permission to my son to get married to your daughter. And my parents are shocked, like they don't know what to do. And I am the first daughter. I am the first daughter. So they were like, okay, then listening. Then I'm at the same time translating because my parents don't know to talk in English. So
Yes.
he just asked their permission like this. Then my parents are shocked. They said, okay, yes, they can get married. But at the end of it, I am just like, is it like this? My ceremony just ends like that. I'm in pajamas and my parents are in. So it started like this, but before the marriage, we made a small ceremony, a official one, that our loved ones came and they made this tradition because it was easier for us because they also had the same thing in Cameroon. It was not interesting for them. But we had like our engagement party was in Cameroon. So we went there and all his family came. We made a big party. They introduced me to the family. Then we came back to Turkey, and like I think 1 month later, we had a big wedding in my hometown, Adana.
Yes.
I can we made it both, like we applied the both traditions, like for example their traditions from the Christianism, like
Mm-hmm.
entering the hall with the father and all the flower
Yes.
girls were, we applied that one also, but at the end we applied some Turkish traditions too, so it was in my opinion, it was a colorful wedding.
Yes, I can imagine. But in Turkey, you also have, I don't know how many days is Turkish wedding lasts. Is it also a few days or not?
Normally it is 1 day, but there are
Only one
some
day.
parties you do before, like for example, like henna night.
Yes, yes, that's
Uh,
what I wanted to say. Yeah, it's the same like in India. Yeah, so it's very beautiful.
Like 1 day or 1 week before the wedding, the girls and the friends and the family coming together and putting some henna their hands.
Yes.
If you count them, it can be like 2 days or 3 days of partying for the wedding, but normally the actual wedding is only 1 day.
And I think there are also a lot of guests. Normally, you invite a lot of people on the wedding in Turkey.
Yes.
So
My
it's
parents
kind of very similar, yes. And a lot of friends. I think it can be like 400, 500 people, yes.
more than 400 and 500 people. It was very crowded.
Yes, at least in India it can be like that. I don't know, in Turkey I think you also have big weddings.
Yes, yes, generally big wedding.
So,
Everybody is invited.
yes, and on your wedding, did you have also so many people in Turkey?
Yeah, I think it was like 400 or above 400 people.
Wow, I can't even imagine that. Yeah,
You
I
have to
think it,
greet all of them and you have to hug all of them. At the end, you're really tired.
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I saw once Indian wedding. Oh, it was. I feel sorry. It was for 3 days. I think the bride she probably didn't sleep, didn't have time for anything, and it was very tiring. Yes.
I
Because
can
so many
imagine.
people are there, yes, you have to really come to everyone, talk to everyone. You're just sitting on the stage, oh, beautiful, yeah, dressed. Yeah, it's really beautiful though, and it's the
Yeah,
same in Turkey. I think you have similar like bride and groom sitting on the stage, and all the guests come and congratulate them.
but for us, we were always dancing. So,
And after you got married, yes, sorry.
please continue.
Yes, after you got married, you stayed in Turkey or you moved. When did you move to Indonesia?
No, no, we were in Turkey. We just moved to Indonesia like 2 years ago.
2 years
We
ago.
have, yeah, we have always been in Izmir. Like for 4 years, we stayed in Izmir. Last 2 years, we are here.
But why did you choose Indonesia? Why not any other
It,
country? Is it just because of
it's
your work or?
it's all related with work. We have always been working with international customers, but this one required for us to come and stay here permanently because it's a consultancy and
Yes.
my husband time to time needs to go to the field. So that's the reason we choose to live in here.
Hmm. And how do you feel there? How fast did you adjust? Do you feel nice? Do
I
you like this country?
I really like Asia. I really like the people. I really like the weather here, as we talked before with you.
Yes, I can
I
imagine.
The only drawback that it came to the time that there is pandemic. If there was no pandemic, it could be more joyful, just going around and meeting new friends. But since there is pandemic, everybody is just so conservative. But
Yes.
although we have a lot of friends here, my son has a lot of friends. Every day they are going down and they are jumping together, playing together.
That's nice.
I really like to be here. Yeah.
So
The people are always
mhm. Does your son go to school already or he is
no.
not yet?
When we first met him, he started to go in school, but after 3 weeks, the shutdown, lockdown came. After
Mhm.
that, he's just making homeschooling right now. His teacher is coming 2 times in a week.
Mhm.
They are making crafting, they are learning small letters. Then he has some sportive activities going on, taekwondo, gymnastics, and that's it.
Yes.
Because I
I think
still
it's
feel
difficult for kids. It's very difficult. I remember when here kids have to stay at home. They really wanted to go to school. It was like, I thought that they didn't do anything at home. It was just like 30 minutes. They had a Google Meet or something, and then nothing. I was, oh, come on, when the school will start. So luckily it wasn't like this for so long, maybe just a few months. But are you still on lockdown in Indonesia, or is it better now?
no, it's better now. Since the vaccination is speeding up, things are
Mhm.
opening slowly. But for the schools, I feel still a little bit like uh, he can still continue homeschooling.
Yes, I can imagine. And I wanted to ask you because you are both from totally different cultures, religions, backgrounds. Was there something what was difficult to accept for you or understand, or everything just went smooth, so you didn't have any difficulties in relations?
I think we don't have any issues. Everything, I cannot say everything went so smooth. Of course, there were some things, but nothing left me anything like, oh, this was really difficult. So,
Mhm.
um, the only issue is that the food, because he's completely carnivore. He loves to eat meat. And in Cameroon, they have some food that I still don't know how to cook because I have never have the ingredients in Turkey. It's
Yes.
completely different. Um but except that one, I cannot say that this was a real struggle for us, that it was really difficult. No.
Yeah, and since we started talking about food, which food do you cook at home? Does your husband like Turkish food? I think your cuisine is amazing. I can eat Turkish food every day. There are so
It,
much, it's like vegetables, and for meat eaters, for everyone, you can find something.
that's the thing, very interesting that so many people I know from abroad, they really love Turkish cuisine.
Yes.
But my husband, he only likes kebab. That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
He doesn't like anything except kebab. Like we have so many side dish, so many
Yes.
different food, but he says no to everything because I don't know. He says it is not for his taste. I can totally understand him because I'm also very picky of Cameroonian cuisine. So
Yes.
that's the only part that we clash on. Only one type of food. And when there is like a gathering with Turkish people, he also only going with the meat part.
Yeah, and what do you like in Cameroonian food? Do you like something, maybe some dishes which you don't have in Turkish cuisine? Because I think it's very different. Oh, I see
Yes,
an Indian person, right? That Turkish food, yeah, and of smiling. Yeah, I think everyone knows
I
knows it.
love Indian food.
Yes. Oh,
It's
Indian
yeah,
food.
the
Don't tell me,
best.
I can eat it every day. But we don't cook it so often. I don't know. My husband is Indian. He loves cooking himself, and he often cooks something. And we actually go very often to Turkish shops here to buy something, some ingredients. There are so many Turkish shops, and he really loves Turkish food. And when we went to Turkey, he was really impressed that even for vegetarian, you can find so many dishes. Like it's not
Amazing.
necessary that because many people think that in Turkey everyone just eat meat, 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 but that's not true. There are so many dishes.
Yes. Different dishes you can find. Even like some food that you can actually make it with meat. We have vegetarian options for
Yes,
them. Yeah. For the Cameroonian food, plantains.
yes.
Yeah, I love it. The first time when I went to Cameroon, that was the only thing I was eating, and I can say that I had a very big stomach problem when I was.
No, they have very, I don't know, I never tried African food, but what I heard that they have like sometimes like really weird combinations of mixing ingredients, which I cannot understand, like meat plus fish plus something like, I don't know.
They have dry meat, they have dry fish, they have like pork. They have so many dish that they are mixing all of these things, and it's very interesting for me because we never do such thing. So you can
Yes,
find everything: vegetable, meat, fish, and the other vegetables mixing together. Then the pork, like the skin and the other. It's very interesting. The first time I see that one, I was like, oh my God. And in our engagement party, there was a like big food table. So I
yes,
feel like I need to take everything small, small. But I had, when I taste them, like I was like, oh my God, what did I do? So if I leave it on my plate, everybody is going to see that, oh, the white girl is not eating our food. But if I eat it, I know I'm in trouble. So it was a very, very story.
Yes, it's not easy. Yeah, so it's kind of difficult for you to eat the traditional dishes.
It was
And
very
how do you
difficult.
handle at home? Does your husband cook himself? Like if you want something from Cameroonian food and you cook for yourself Turkish one?
No, the good thing is that he's not requesting African food like so often. So
Mhm.
when my mother-in-law comes, she's cooking and she's keeping in the freezer. So whenever he feels like so much craving to the African food, he's eating. But when my mother-in-law is with us and she's cooking the African food, she always cooks me something different. So she
Mhm.
knows that I'm not very comfortable with the food. So she always cooks two types of food. So we don't have any problem. But me, myself, I still don't know how to cook African food.
Yes, but if you really don't like it so much, of course. Yeah, I think. Yeah, but you're lucky. Does your mother-in-law, does she come often to visit you?
Yes, like every year she comes, and when she comes, she spends like minimum 2 months to 3 months with us. So, like, yeah, she's very helpful when she comes. Like, she doesn't let me do any job at all. She's always helping. She's always there. So we are very happy when she comes.
Yes, wonderful mother-in-law, really. Yes, in many Turkish families, it is opposite. The daughter-in-law, she will do everything at home, and mother-in-law will just lie down and rest.
They just expect you to just serve them, even though you're the one who is working. Or you want to come and say hi? That's my friend. We are making a chat. My son came.
He's not sleeping.
No, not yet, because I had a meeting before, so he couldn't get any time with the father tonight. So he said, okay, 1 hour you can be with your father.
Okay. You have really cute kids, really sweet. I really love mixed kids. They're really, really beautiful, really amazing.
Thank you. You're so kind.
Yeah, no, really, I saw your pictures. Your daughter is really a sweetheart. And your son, yeah, they're like when there are so many bloods, like really interesting mixture, like, but they always get African hair. It's so cute, this
Yes,
curly hair, yes. Yes, it's really nice.
yes,
Uh,
it's
so,
something that
so you have a wonderful mother-in-law, yes, who always help you with everything.
I can say yes. I'm very lucky about her.
Yes, because as I told you, yeah, in the Eastern culture, it's totally different. You probably agree with that. In Turkey, I think it's the same because I have a lot of Russian friends who are married to Turkish men, and I heard different stories. Yeah, that it's not so easy to live with their mother-in-law, and sometimes they're very difficult to handle. Yeah.
Because it's like a fight of power for them, like over their son.
Yes, that's true. And yes, and what about your kids? Which tradition are you bringing them up? Because yeah, you have different religions, so which languages do you speak with them, and which languages do they speak and understand?
They can. I cannot say about Luna because she's still very small, but
Yeah,
for
she is still
Leon,
little here.
yeah, for Leon, he can understand both languages. He can speak fluently in Turkish and English. But the funny thing is that when we are in Turkey, when you try to speak him in English, he refuses. He always answers you with Turkish and he always tries to talk to you in Turkish. But when we are out of country, he refuses to talk in Turkish. So even though I talk to him in Turkish, he's always answering me in English. Like some embarrassing moments happen. Like he's asking me something and it's something private. So I'm talking to him in Turkish because I don't want the other people to understand what we are talking. But
Yes.
he's always talking in English. So he always blows my cover.
That's amazing. Yeah. So he speaks Turkish, English. Does he?
Yes.
Because I think in Cameroon they speak French. No, is it?
They also speak French, but my husband is saying that right now two language it's okay. So the third one they can learn in school. So he
Mhm.
refuses to teach them English.
But your husband in his family, do they speak French or English? Because I thought that Cameroon language is French, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
in
Both.
Cameroon there are two sides, the English Cameroon and French Cameroon. My husband is coming from the English side,
Ah,
but
okay.
the mother is from the French side. So it's very nice that in his family they grew up with learning two language.
Yes,
And
that's good.
it was very romantic that my mother-in-law and father-in-law they always speak English to the kids, but
Ah,
each
okay.
other they speak French.
Oh, that's interesting. But they have also some tribal languages. I think there are so many languages in Africa.
More than thousands. Like
Yes.
every tribe has their own language, but unfortunately, since they don't have one language common, in this generation of my husband, they lost the languages. So most of them
Mhm.
they don't know their languages because they are not living in their villages. They are in the town, and in the town everybody's speaking French or English.
Ah, okay. And so your husband speaks only English with kids, and you speaks only Turkish.
Yeah, both. Both. But when Leon was small, we were doing like that because the speech therapist, when they learned that we have a mixed kid, they
Yes.
said that one of you just speak in one language, the other one is in one language. So the kid is going to learn two at the same time. So we
Yes.
followed it for.
One parent, one language. Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Because kids,
yeah.
they learn very fast. Yes, that's true. They learn so many languages. They can actually learn, I think, up to four easily. But with us, we just felt sorry for them because there are so many languages. And we used to live in Belgium. There is French, there is Dutch, also English, also Russian. And it was like, that's why our elder son, he didn't speak for a long time. He started speaking very late. Like, so we were also
They
worried.
that speech therapist also said the same thing. Like it's normal if your son speaks later than the other kids because he's
Yes.
processing two languages at the same time. So I think it's normal for the kids, especially in the mixed family.
And if we talk about traditions, because you are also from different religions, so which traditions you are bringing them up?
I can say that since we are mostly in Turkey, I can say that they are more close to the Turkish tradition. But the way we trying to prepare them to the work, we are trying to introduce them to both. I
Mhm.
cannot say this one or that one, but we are trying to like teach them everything about Cameroon also. Uh, we are trying to give them the Cameroonian food also. So
Yes,
I can say there is a balance, but since we live mostly in Turkey, they are more close to the Turkish culture.
yes, of course. And I see the question. Can you see the
Yeah.
comments?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have difficulty convincing parents for your marriage?
I
Luckily,
think
I didn't.
everyone is interested in this question, I think, because when it's a mixed couple, yeah, and especially of different religions from totally different background, it's this question comes to the mind more naturally. Yes.
I also get this question so much in my DM box because a lot of you're trying to convince their family for
Yes.
each with a different tradition or different nationality. Especially most parents are very worried because marriage already is a very stressful period for them, and also thinking about unknown situation for them, like they don't know the future, they don't know what kind of people they are going to meet. I think they're getting much more like no. Uh,
Yes.
like I didn't have to convince my parents because they were always supporting me. Uh, they only meet Arthur once and they were convinced. But most of my friends, especially like the Muslim families, they don't want at
Yes.
all. They think
Yes.
that it is not their mm, religion. You have to choose someone with your own religion. But only
Yes.
thing I
Okay.
say in this kind of situation that just be patient and show your parents that you actually serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like show them that because in time they will realize that it is not just phase for you because you know a lot of people are so fancy about the international marriages. Oh,
Yes.
marrying with someone like it looks so funny from outside, and maybe this is the reason families are so worried. Like, what if it is a
Okay.
phase, and like sometime later you realize that it is really difficult and you cannot do it. So they don't want a situation like that. I had a friend, and her family was really, really against. And she was asking me advices, and I just said to her that don't argue with your family, just stay on your course with your
Yes.
boyfriend and try to convince them. And in time, when they see that you're serious, they will be
Mm-hmm.
convinced. Less
Yes.
than 1 year, she invited me to her wedding. So
Oh.
nothing, nothing is impossible because her father was saying that either you are not going to be my daughter anymore and go to
Yes.
marry with that person, or you're going to this relationship and marry the person I want. So in 1 year they were making a wedding. So it was really, really nice to see like that. So I can only just say that just be patient and don't argue with your family.
Yes, but I think it's also depends on the family because there are so many conservative families really who will not let it happen. Still, either the girl has to break up all the relations with her family and have to go away. You probably heard a lot of stories like this. I don't know if
Yes,
you met
yes.
girls like that because I didn't know that so many Turkish girls are married to foreigners because only on Instagram I saw so many married to Indian men. I didn't know that. I was sure that they prefer their own type, yeah, but not someone from totally different culture.
We even have a group like Turkish foreign grooms. Yeah, we have
Mm.
a lot of friends in there. Yes. Türkiye'nin yabancı damatları in Turkish. So I met so many friends from there. Like so many married to African, so many married to Korean, so many married to Indian. So
Yes, yes,
I didn't also know that we were like so many like this, but in that group we are also sharing our experiences. We are trying to guide the new couples around. So uh, it is not always easy to go through with this kind of a relationship. But
yes.
I can just say that try to convince your family until like your last point. If not, I think it is just up to you because this yeah, this life is yours. But you should know that the consequences, whatever it is, you are the one who is going to bear it at the end.
Yes.
So you need to make a wise decision.
Yeah, it can be very difficult. I know many girls, and I'm not talking about Turkish girls, I'm talking even about Indian girls who are married with foreigners. They have some relatives don't even know that they marry, for example, because it's a big shame and they don't want to talk about it. Otherwise, there would be a lot of problems. So probably in Turkey it can be like that as well. So I can. That's why I was curious to hear your story. How were your parents when you told them that you are going
Yeah,
to marry foreigner?
I was the lucky one because they were always supporting me, and I am also lucky that my husband did not let me down
Yes,
because
that's true.
I think it was one of the topics that we should talk about. That there are so many African men around and going and creating trouble with the girls. So I should also warn some of the friends
Yes.
about African.
Yes, yes, that's true. In Russia, for example, we have a lot of stories that, like, for example, African man had some relation with Russian girl, they got a child, and then he ran away and never come back. A lot of mixed kids, a lot of them. So that's why everyone probably, when the daughter say, okay, that I want to marry an African man, then of course parents are worried. They know a lot of negative stories.
Yes. Like also in Turkey, so many examples like that. Like they always pursue you, then after that they make you believe that you are the one. Then actually you
Mhm.
learn that you're not the one for them. So
Yes.
and after things are getting serious, then they are just not there. Like as you said, they in the beginning they are like so much into you, so much into the
Mhm.
relationship. They even ask to have a baby with you. And after the baby, they are not there. After the baby, they are not even good father material. So I should
That's really sad.
be very, very, very careful about this. And another thing is that you can come across with so many African claims that they are a prince. I am not
Mhm.
saying that they are telling lie. They may be telling the truth, but the funny thing is that in Africa there are more than 1 million princes because every tribe their own king,
Yeah.
and that king probably has more than 20 kids.
Yeah.
All of them prince. It doesn't
Yeah,
mean
it's
that you are
totally
going
different
to be.
word. Yes, it's like difficult to understand. Yeah. Oh, I see. I see Dora. Yeah, from Romania. I had interview with her. She's married to Egyptian. So
Uh-huh.
more interculture couples. Yeah, I see one more question. I'm sorry if I sound ignorant, but Turkey being an Islamic nation, isn't it against religion to marry someone from outside?
This is a very sensitive issue, even among so many Turkish ones who is married to the outsider. But I think this issue is still a little bit like on the air because there is nothing written that you cannot do it, but there is
Mm-hmm.
also nothing that you can do it because at the time of the Prophet Muhammad, I don't think that marrying among religions was an issue. So
Yes.
like for example, when we were getting married, we had 3 different marriage certification. Like for me, we got the Islamic one, that which an Islam representation we call imam came and
Yes.
performed the religious wedding. Then for my husband is a Baha'i, so we also went to a Baha'i center, and there was a ceremony over there, and also we got the real, like the official ceremony. So I only can say for me that if it was something forbidden, I don't think that a religious man or religion representative would let me do it. So I don't think it was an issue.
Yes, and I think if, for example, because I know a lot of okay Russian girls who are married Muslim guys, so and they kind of force them to convert into Islam. Yeah, really. No, it wasn't with their that they really feel like doing that. If a woman feel like that, I don't have anything against it, because sometimes you feel more close to some other religion, so it's normal. But if someone is forcing you, I think this is wrong. And normally
Yes.
Islam, they don't really, it's not normal. Normally it doesn't happen this way. So I think these people actually are wrong who are forcing their wives against their wish. And anyway, they become Muslim, but in their heart they don't believe in this religion. They don't follow anything. I don't understand what is the purpose to do with them.
Just the label, so I don't think it is necessary. And the funny thing is that I always argue this in the group, and I told, like they are claiming that if you're a man, you are allowed to get married to a woman from a different religion. But if you're a
Mhm.
woman, you're not allowed to do it. And this is something that I don't
No,
think
that's not
any
right.
would accept.
Yeah, see, I wanted to ask you the same thing. My sister-in-law is also Turkish, but from a very strict family. Is there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I think her sister-in-law is also married to Egyptian. Yeah. So I don't
Mhm.
know what she wanted to ask if it's
So
did
did they force your I think brother to change the religion?
no, because they are both, I think, Muslim, because she is from Turkey, he is from Egypt. I think there is, should be no problem. Normally, if we talk about religion, I don't know, did you want to ask something else, Dora? I don't know. Because I see that she is from very strict family. Maybe they didn't like the fact that he is not Turkish. Maybe that's the thing.
The, the thing you should know about Turkey that Turkey is very wide when you compare the different opinions, the even the religiousness level. It's
Mhm.
very different. So we can say that those dynamics is very changing according to the family and the way they brought up. So some families you can even see that nothing is an issue. Like uh, living together before marriage, okay,
Mhm.
or having a baby before marriage, okay. But some of them, these are like even having a boyfriend before marriage is still a taboo. So we can say that in Turkey it's very different.
Yes.
Like one person like me, I am very comfortable saying that, oh, like my family did not create any issue, but some of them they have to convince their boyfriends to become Muslim before they got married. So
Yes, that's what I heard. Yeah, a lot of guys had to convert into Islam. Yeah, I think no, I meant that from what she told me that a Muslim girl can't marry non-Muslim. Ah, okay.
mm, I have a lot of Muslim friends who has married to a non-Muslim, but I don't know. As I said, according to the family dynamics, and the thing that in Turkey that mostly the families are so much concerned about like how the other people are going to think about them.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
your daughter is married to non-Muslim, like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Typical is yeah, society. Yes, that's true. Yeah, they really care what others will think. Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
it's the same in India. Yes, they care more what others will think that sometimes more than about their own kids. Yeah, if they're going to be happy or not.
like in another thing, it's very common in Turkish girls. Okay, if you love me, you will change your religion. Like if he truly loves you, he will change your religion. Then I'm asking that, don't you love him the same? They are saying, no, I love him also. Then why don't you change your religion and become a Christian or become a Hindu? They are saying, no, never. It is not even a discussion. So why?
Yes.
If so, this is a very interesting issue in Turkey, I can say, because I don't know any other place that they are forcing you to change your religion just because you love someone. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but I can see that in the end it all depends on the family because for some families it's not so important. For of course if it's a very religious, very conservative, imagine Turkish family, they will never let their daughter marry someone who is from different country, different religion. Of course not. Like
Yeah.
not only in Turkey but in many countries it would be like this. In Egypt they would also not accept that a Muslim girl to marry non-Muslim, but there is no issue if the girl is Christian. It's a big subject, depends on the family. Yeah, I think, yeah, two nationality normally they're all Christians and Jews. Hebrew, yeah,
Mhm.
then it's not an issue. But other nationalities, I don't know. That's what I heard. But I think it depends on the family. And if we talk about African men, what make them really different from others according to you? What is the main difference if you compare with Turkish men?
I cannot talk about all African men.
No, of course not. No, oh, your experience, of course, you can talk about your husband. I mean, if you compare your husband, or if you know any other friends of your husband, for example, or if you met any African people, what make them really different? Because I think there are some parts of character which are really not, you can say that Turkish men are like that, most of them like, and African men are like this. So what do you
First,
think?
let me talk about Arthur and the difference with the Turkish men. And because he's also very, very different than African men, the men I know around. First of all, he's not jealous at all. I really like this about him because my main issue about my previous boyfriends that the jealousy. They want to control the way you dress up, the way like your relationship with your friends, the male friends, the way you go somewhere, the time you come, they're just controlling and they think that this is love, which is not suitable for me. I am a grown-up woman who knows where to go and how to dress up. So I really like this about him. So he always embraces me. Like if someone outside makes me complain, he becomes happy because he says that I have a beautiful wife or I have a nice spouse. So that part is really good for me.
Yes, it's very difficult to live with someone who is actually jealous. It's like, and control freaks because they really control their wives. They will not let them do anything. They will ask, okay, give me password from your account. I have to check your phone. Who is calling you? Whom are you writing? I think it's really difficult.
It's and also he's very dedicated. Whatever he's doing, like he's always focused, and he's many Turkish men sees the marriage like I give up the other choices, like as if they have so many choices around. Like they're always thinking about marriage, like marriage is limiting them. Like they're always advising their friend that oh don't get married or whatever, something like this. And not even once in this 10 years I didn't hear something like that from him, even talking to his friends or so. These are the things that he's really different from the Turkish man. And he's also very active in house jobs like cleaning, cooking. He's always very helpful to me, and we are always sharing a lot of things together.
Yeah, because you are both working, I think, and it's important. That's what I heard, that African men love cooking. That's what I hear from other girls, that their husbands really enjoy cooking and they help them a lot. Sometimes they don't cook, but their husband cooks. It's really, really nice that they help and don't mind to do household.
Yes, first years of our marriage, actually, I didn't know how to cook. He was the one mainly cooking, but after Leon, so I was at home mostly, so and also I had to cook for him too. So I learned at that time. So in the beginning, he was the cook, I was just serving the food.
Wow, brilliant husband.
For the African men, I can say that they really like to show off. I cannot generalize, but I can only talk about the ones I know. They like to show off, like dress up so fashionable way
Oh yes, I saw that. Yes, they always dress like white shirt, a lot of perfume. Yes, like always ready to go to the party.
like they always like to represent themselves in a way that they're party boys and they like to look rich even though they don't. So the girls should be careful over there. And another thing I forgot to mention about African men, most of them out of country for a reason, like either to support their family back in their country. So if you're entering a serious relationship with an African man, you should be aware of that there is always some people that you need to help back in their country.
Yes.
They should know this so they should not think that, oh, it's only you and me or whatever. So they are coming with their responsibilities.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So this is the main difference, you think? If you
Yes,
compare to Turkish men, yes. And I think Turkish men, I don't know, they're also different. That's what I heard from my friends, that it also depends from which part of Turkey are they. If they're from
yes,
Izmir, yeah, they're very open, they're very modern. If it's someone from the central Turkey, they're very conservative. Yes, that's what I heard. Then
yes.
it's also not easy to live with a husband like that. Yeah, so you have to adjust
It
a
really
lot.
depends
Imagine
on
if a
the
foreigner
couple.
girl marry in a family like that, I think it's not easy. I think even for Turkish girl it won't be easy to come in a family like this if she's modern, for example. And because
Yeah.
you saw how many Russian women live in Turkey, so of course you know,
Yes,
yeah,
I actually have a few Russian friends who lives in Turkey. Some of them very lucky with the husbands, and they are very. But some of them, in the beginning, it was very difficult to adjust with the family
yes.
and the lifestyle. And
Hmm.
some of them are really, really jealous. The husband, and you know, the Russian girls are generally so. Getting attention because you can spot that they are a different nationality. So
Yes.
in the beginning, life was difficult for them.
Yeah, I can see that for some of them, yeah, they're lucky they got very nice husbands, but according to some of my friends, it's not so easy to live with a Turkish husband because I can see that I actually met a few couples. I can see that husband is the boss. Yeah, you can see it. If he says, okay, we have to go now or something, okay, you have to stop now, you cannot talk anymore. Yeah, then you have to stop. So I find it a little bit kind of. I think it's not easy for a person from who are from kind of open environment. We are okay. Some Russian men are also like this. There are so many jealous men in Russia who will control everything. So it depends. Again, you can't say that all Turkish men are jealous or something, or bossy or strict, and all others are different. No, it depends because Turkey is huge. I see in a comment Turkey is such a historically rich country. Every day something new from thousands of years old is discovered. That's true. It's a big
it,
country.
it all comes to the point that before getting married and entering a serious relationship, I think it is really, really important to know your husband's or your boyfriend's background and the family. So it will tell you a lot. So you can decide at that time, yes, I can deal with this, or no, I should say stop here.
Yes, and okay, I always ask the question, all the girls, what would you recommend to the girls who are in relations, for example? It can be any girl with African men. What should they pay attention, first of all, to be sure that man is serious? How to understand actually that man is serious and he's not just playing around?
It's very difficult, but look at the past of that man, like how he was living before you.
Mhm.
What kind of friends does he have? And also try to really understand that he does not have any, sorry, my light just come, uh, any marriage from their previous relation, their previous country, because there are so many cases that they're actually
Mhm.
married in their country and
Yes.
they're coming and they're getting married again. So it's very tricky business when you're together with a African. I can say like this. Sorry for the laugh. But you should really be aware of what's going on. Ask real questions and try to really analyze and try to meet the parents even if it is online.
Mhm. So do you think it is important to meet the family, and is it important to go to his home to see how he lived, how is the family, how like maybe you have to move there, who knows, because some wives they move to their husband's home. It's you're living in a third country, so what do you suggest? Is it the best to live in a third country for the mixed couple, or is it the best to live in a husband or wife home? Is it important?
For their own benefit, I think from the beginning it is much more better to leave your own country and get married under the laws of your country. So if something happens, you have the power.
Yes.
Most, like, if the man is, let's say that the worst scenario, he's married to you because of your nationality, and he's just trying to get the permit or nationality thanks to you. And during that time, he has to behave very good to you. So he gets what he wants. So being in your country is much more advantageous for you.
Yeah, of course.
And let me tell you a story. We have a question, I think.
Yes. How was your first impression of Cameroon?
I really liked it. It's a little bit, we talked about this, it will be a little bit difficult for me to live there if it is not in the capital or the other bigger city, Douala.
Yes.
But I can live there. I like it there, really. The environment is so fresh. The people are also so nice. Even though it could be a little bit difficult because I am spotted as a white lady over there, but it will be good, I think. I don't think that it will be so much difficult for me.
So they are open towards foreigners. So there are no issues for them. For example, if a foreigner lives in Cameroon, no,
actually, they like except the kids sometimes cry when when they see you because they are scared.
Yes. So you wanted to tell something, I think, some story?
If you remember, in the beginning I told you that I was against an international relationship because I had a very, very bad experience before. When I was living in Spain for 3 months or 4 months for my intern. Then we met with a Mexican guy and we were in a relationship. A very serious one. Like, he was always introducing me to the family, like we were doing everything together. So when I came to Turkey, our relationship continued for a while. But since I don't know any Spanish or a little bit, so he was always like interpreting what the family is telling and I am telling to them. So after like 6-7 months, we broke up because he cheated on me. But I just learned that actually all that time that we have been together, he was engaged with another lady from Mexico.
And he didn't tell you about that?
Yeah, he didn't. I didn't know. Probably the lady still does not know. I don't know if they are married right now or whatever. But the way that he was introducing me with his family, it's just like probably he was telling me that I am his roommate. So all the that we were talking, probably he was just making it up. So it's always tricky business when you don't know their languages and you don't talk to the family one-to-one. So you should be very careful. That was the reason that I was telling no to Arthur from the beginning.
Yes, I can understand. Yes. And does your husband understand Turkish?
Yeah.
Yes, he can speak Turkish.
Yes, it's very funny, his accent and everything, but I like it that way because it's very cute.
That's really, so he can speak Turkish fluently. Do you speak English mostly or do you speak Turkish at home?
We talk in English because he's much more comfortable with English, but when I'm not around and he has to speak Turkish, like he can talk, but it's not 100% correct.
Yes, I think it's totally different language. I think for Russians it's pretty easy to learn Turkish because we have similar sounds. Yeah, and I see a lot of Russian girls, they learn Turkish just like that. I know some girls who speak fluent. Wow, I never learned, but some Turkish guy told me who was studying French with me. he told me that Turkish is so easy, especially Turkish grammar. We don't have masculine, feminine. It's all the same. It's so easy to learn. I say, I don't know, but it sounds fun. When they speak, it sounds pretty difficult to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
When you compare to Russian to Turkish, I can say that in some parts Russian is more difficult because I also had some courses Russian and those feminine, masculine, neutral.
Yes.
At that time, I said, okay, I cannot continue after this.
No, Russian grammar is really difficult. You can't compare it with anything else. I think the most difficult, maybe German, French also difficult according to me, but Russian, yeah, for foreigners it's very difficult. But I think some words you can easily pronounce because you have the same, like the same letters. So for example, you have also like E and I, like more hard. In Turkish you also have, and for foreigners it's very difficult to pronounce. I try to tell my husband, I say I, and he say I. I say that no, why can't you say it? Because in their language they don't have this sound, but you have it. You don't say, like, for example, you say good morning, günaydın. Not günaydın, but günaydın. Yeah, so for some people it would be difficult to pronounce, yes.
It's very difficult to pronounce for them, but that's the cute part, I think, because günaydın, he's always telling me so.
No, but I find it, I love Turkish songs. When I was young, you can't believe it, I was listening Tarkan all the time. It was my favorite singer. It's really beautiful. We have beautiful songs, so many beautiful. And I discovered one more singer recently, Mustafa Sandal. Mustafa Sandal. You know him? Oh yeah, I just couldn't stop. I just like two songs so much. I was just continue listening again and again. And then my husband said that, come on, I am so upset with these songs. And because one of his songs is exactly the copy of Indian song. So exactly the same. So I don't know who's the, yeah, so he just got the same tune, the same everything from Indian song, but in Turkish. And I was just, I really like it so much in Turkish. I was just listening again and again. Maybe you know the song Gel Bana? Gel Bana?
Gel Bana, Gel Bana. I need to listen again because I don't know his old songs, but you need to send me the link, please.
Yes, I will send you. It's exactly, if I send you Indian one and Turkish one, you will be surprised. Exactly, exact copy. But in Turkish, it's also very beautiful song. I really like it. Oh, I listen to Turkish DJs. Oh, wow. See, Turkish songs are popular in India. Everyone. But you, what music do you prefer? Do you like African music or you mostly listen to Turkish?
I like African music. I like African music. I actually like all kind of music according to my mood. But recently we are listening so much this. I'm very sure that you heard Jerusalema, African song from the one lady from South Africa is singing the song. It's my and my kids' favorite. They're always dancing with it. Yeah.
No, I think I didn't hear.
Yeah. Okay. Then
So no, I don't think. Yes, maybe you can send me the link. We can exchange. I will send you Turkish one. You can send me. Yeah, because African songs, they are very energetic, very cheerful. I think that's what I like.
The way they dance is so unique.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear you now. Something went with the sound.
The way they dance also is very unique.
Yes. So you listen everything. Oh, I see. Did you give Turkish name or Cameroonian name to children? One more question.
No, for the kids, we didn't think the nationality for the name. We just opened name like a name book, and we said that which one comes fine to us. We are going to use. So both of them, like Aiden, Leon. Aiden is from Latin and means like the helper, and Leon is a lion. So and for Amira, and comes from the I think Arabic. It's the princess, a daughter of an Amir. And Luna is a name that from my like youth days, I always liked so much. So I was always telling myself and my husband that if we have a girl, we have a daughter, it's going to be Luna. So yeah, it's I think it's from Latin also or Spanish. It means moon.
So you choose name together, or
Yeah,
you stand
together.
together and choose together? Yes. No, you
Yeah. So both,
have beautiful names, so it's like yes, very unique.
thank you. Both of them they don't have Turkish names, but they're also not African. So
Yeah, no, they are not African. African names sometimes can be very complicated. I think, very long. Yes.
my husband's African name is Ekanda. So
Ah, okay. No, it's still not long, but I heard some names I can't even pronounce really correctly. Especially surnames. They have very long surnames, and it's like very difficult to pronounce. Yeah. So you're truly international. So you choose the international names. Yeah, I think it's the best. Either you choose like from one nationality, because for me it was, I couldn't imagine my kids with Russian name, really. Because I knew that they will not look like Russians, because they will still have Eastern features. You won't believe it, I don't know. You're a Turkish girl, maybe you can tell me. That when I went to Turkey, everyone thought that I'm Turkish. Everyone spoke Turkish with me.
look like different from Turkish girls. Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised, because I thought that I will have problems there, because some Russian girls told me, okay, that they had problems in Turkey. Some Turkish men, okay, didn't behave well with them because they are Russians. They think, okay, that probably heard this story. So like some girls were not happy with there in Turkey. And when I went there, I was kind of worried that maybe I will have some bad experience or something. But with me, it was opposite. Everyone spoke Turkish, and I said, I don't speak Turkish. They say, come on, you don't want to speak your mother tongue. I say, I wish I could speak Turkish, but I'm not Turkish. So I had actually to fight with one guy at the restaurant. He was a waiter. He didn't believe that I'm not Turkish. And I told him I'm from Russia. He said, come on, you are lying. Why don't you want to speak Turkish? And he didn't believe me in the end. He got angry, actually said that you are a liar. Yeah, so it was really funny.
One of them. The general Russian type known in Turkey that with blonde hair
Yes.
and very tall, right? So you completely look like, I don't know your height, but you
Yes,
completely
I'm
look
tall.
like,
Yeah, by
yeah,
height I'm a bit taller than Turkish girls, but by face, even here, some Turkish, like my friend husband, he told that you look like typical Turkish woman. If you speak a little bit Turkish, that people will not think that you are not. I say, oh, that's nice.
you
Then I
look like.
say, yeah, no, that's that because I have dark hair. Of course, people don't. People just kind of confused where I'm from. They don't believe that I'm Russian. Yes, and I see the. What is the staple food eaten in home?
Mm, most generally, I can say the Western food.
Western.
Yeah.
And what, for example?
Like for example, since my husband does not like the traditional Turkish food so much, like generally I cook some vegetables with either chicken or meat. Like very rarely we cook African food since I don't know and ingredients are not so easy to find in Turkey,
Yes, of
especially
course.
in Egypt. So we generally cook not entirely Turkish, but Turkish food which is close to the Western food, I can say.
Yes, it is. It is also very different. I heard actually from that city where you're born, or that area of Turkey has the tastiest food. Is it true? I heard from one Russian lady, because she's living somewhere there, and she said if you want to try the tastiest Turkish food, you have to come there to that part
Yeah,
of Turkey next to Syria, I think, to the southern part.
the best, and like for the meat part, you should go to the southeast for
Hmm.
Turkey.
Yes, I think I have to discover a lot. It's a really huge country. Yes, is Turkish food spicy? No, I
Uh,
wouldn't say so. Not really.
According to what you choose, because if you really want to eat spicy food, you can get what you want. But generally, since the tourists are not used to eat spicy food. In the general restaurants, they don't bring you spicy food by default. For it.
I didn't find it spicy. Maybe because I really love spicy food. I can handle spicy food easily.
You're used to Indian food, right?
Yes, and Indian food is can be really spicy. Although my husband, he doesn't like spicy food, and he never, if he cooks, he never cooks spicy. Sometimes I get something like you know, they have like things which you just add to some sauce or something which is a little bit spicy. I can eat more spicy than him because I really like it, and I can't eat Russian food anymore because. There is no spices there. It's like just bland food and only maybe salt and pepper. That's all. And I can't eat like this. I need to put something to make it more, to give it more taste.
I also like spicy food so much. Even in the breakfast, since I came here, I use hot peppers.
Yeah, and African food I think can be spicy as well, but it depends on the country. I don't know how it is in Cameroon.
The Cameroonian food is spicy, but it's a different kind of spicy. They have their own spices like dry fish and like granuts, peanuts, and like some other things, which really gives different taste. That I can say that it's a different level that I cannot describe, like bitter taste, not hot pepper taste, but
yes,
bitter taste.
Yes, I need to try. I think it's really different because you can't find. I think I don't know if you can find African restaurants in Indonesia. Are they common there?
I can say that some things are familiar because they also they like seafood so much,
Yes.
and they have some similarities in the cuisine, but still different. Like since both countries are like the equatorial countries, they have more or less the same products, but still different.
Have you got any negative comments from people because of your marriage? No. Today is
so much. I never listen to them. So because who can comment about the people that they don't know? So it's just rich people and prejudged people. So I don't even care. I don't even listen what they are saying. So
that's right. Yeah, especially if it's not someone from your family, if it's not your friends, of course. Why should you care about them? Yeah.
But most of the time when we go out, like people are always smiling at us, like especially for the kids, they are like coming and trying to get to know them. So I can say that I have more positive reaction than negative. So
yes, that's great. I wish it stayed like this. So we have less negativity in life and more positivity because it's important to be positive yourself. I think if person is open, if person is positive, then he will attract the same people around. Yeah. That's what I believe. If you are kind to others, you will get kindness in reply. Yes, back. Yeah. Yes, that's true. And I want to ask you, are you planning to stay in Indonesia or are you planning to go back to Turkey soon or somewhere else? Who knows? Or it depends on your projects?
Yeah, it depends on our project. For now, one more year, we need to stay here. But the rest still unknown. Maybe another country or maybe we will go back to Turkey. We don't know yet.
So you are open to any option? I see one more question. You are popular, so many questions. Yeah. Is there anything that shocked, surprised you about your husband? Question. Yes, I'm shocked every day. Yes.
No. No, actually. Yeah, because we really get to know each other before getting married, so nothing came to me as a shock.
Yes, so you knew everything in advance, so no surprises at all.
No,
yes.
no, surprises, let me tell you.
Yes, but how long did you meet each other before you got married?
I think almost 3 years.
3 years, yes, of course. In 3 years, you can get to know, but sometimes after you get married, there can be something which can still surprise you. Yes, it's you
Yeah,
can't know the person 100%. Sometimes he can surprise you.
definitely, definitely. But luckily, nothing like that surprise. Like there are always new things coming up, but it nothing has shocked me. Like, oh my God, why didn't I know this before?
Yes, if it would be like that, I think you would be together now. If you would be
Yeah,
shocked and no, surprise is okay to be surprised about something. It can be, yeah, because we are all have different opinions, different like we can think differently about something. But if you are shocked, yeah, it's already something serious.
as you said, we wouldn't be married now.
Yes, for so long, yes, of course. Are there more questions, guys, you would like to ask? Yeah, and then I will not take your time because your kids are not sleeping yet. They're
Yeah, I
waiting
think
for
I
you.
need to. Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's why I just ask if someone wants to ask something quickly. Yes, so Kazao can answer, and then yeah, I think because I see some intercultural couples joining us in the end, but okay, they can listen to the interview. I will
Yeah.
okay save everything. Yes, so everyone who couldn't listen us, and so I will save everything, and they can ask in comments if there is some question. Yeah, you can of course answer anytime. Yeah, and I would really like to thank you for your time. It was really nice to know more
Thank you.
about your wonderful family. It's really amazing to know you, and I really hope that we will meet one. Maybe you will go back to Turkey in 1 year. So
Yeah.
and Turkey is not so far from us. I'm sure we'll go there many times. It's really amazing country. I'm really enjoying to be there. It's like really nice people, really friendly people. And what I love about Turkey, they love kids. I think it's an all Eastern culture. They really love kids, and that's really that warmed my heart a lot. Really, that's amazing. So I want to wish all the best to your family, that everything stay fine, everyone stay healthy, especially in these difficult times. And
Thank you. Thank you.
yes, and
Thank you also
thank you.
for
Yes,
giving me the chance to explain myself.
yes.
I also wish you the best for you, and I'm very sure that we will meet one day.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Now we have to meet. Now I got so many friends because of these interviews. I'm really happy that I got this idea. I learned myself a lot, and the most important, I met wonderful people and from different countries, and it's really amazing. So I would like to thank you again. I would like to thank everyone who were with us, who were asking questions. It was really nice to listen
Thank
that you are listening to us. Yeah, I'm interested to know more. And maybe we will meet again sometime for the more interviews. I have so many ideas. That would be nice. So we'll surely keep in touch.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Laura. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you a lot. And good night. See you
Good night.
again. Good
See
night.
you.
Bye. Bye for now.